Hello, my name is Jim Royal. Welcome to another installment. Today I'm going to be trying to bring in the holiday cheer for everybody. Put together a playlist, if you want, of some Beatles Christmas related songs. Some of these they recorded as a band, and some of them they did solo. I'm going to start off with the solo songs first. And you might already have these in your collections, but maybe you don't know, where they are, so I'm just going to shed some light for you. The first one is 1971's John Lennon song, Happy Christmas, War is Over If You Want It. Wonderful single. And it was with a children's choir. Yoko's with him. Phil Spector produced it. I originally picked it up on the John Lennon collection back in '82. I had it on cassette. Later, as you can see, I bought it on CD. I know it's on various best ofs of John Lennon. Song that never really charted here, which was surprising, but it charted several times in Great Britain. But it's one that has been covered by various artists through the years, and it's just too bad that John Lennon didn't have a chance to record more Christmas songs. But he definitely did a great job of putting the meaning of Christmas in that one. And he was talking about the Vietnam War at that time, but it can relate to so many other things. Well, the next song is not really a Christmas song, but it's a holiday song. It's a New Year's song, and it's a song by George Harrison. You can get it off of his Dark Horse album from 1974, and it's a song called Ding Dong Ding Dong. He had released it as a single. It didn't really do too well. There's a funny video if you get a chance on YouTube watching it. I like it. Ding Dong Ding Dong is just like ring the doorbell. Ring out the old, ring in the new is one of the lines in there. I like it. I've always enjoyed it. Next song is one that probably most of you would be familiar with. It's called Wonderful Christmas Time. It's Paul McCartney's solo from 1979. Now you can pick that up on the Wings' Back to the Egg. You can also get it on Now Christmas. There's various, Christmas collections out there with many artists. I have it on here. Back to the Egg. This was a top 10 hit, not only here, but also in the United Kingdom. And it continues to be played every year. Every year I hear it on the radio, and there's a fun little video for it. Now it was a single that also had a B-side Christmas song, and that was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reggae. It was a takeoff of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the famous song. And it's an instrumental. It's not one that is really much to hype about too much, but I will say that Paul McCartney plays harpsichord and drums, and someone named Bob Loveday plays the violin on it. So it's an interesting song, but kind of forgetful. Well, George Harrison of all the Beatles, Ringo Starr of all the Beatles came out with a full Christmas album, and it was originally called I Want to Be Santa Claus. Now this one is kind of a remastered best of Ringo, but it's the same album. 12 Christmas songs. Some of them were originals, and some of them were, the typical songs you'd expect them to do, like White Christmas and The Little Drummer Boy, of course, right? So, fun songs. Now, songs I'm going to recommend off there, I Want to Be Santa Claus. Christmas Time Is Here Again, which was actually a Beatles song, and I'll tell you about that later. And then the single from the album, Come On Christmas, Christmas Come On. It's fun. Ringo, the thing you can always get from Ringo is having a good time. And you can tell he's having a good time. He's dressed like Santa right here. Highly recommend those songs. The next one that would be from a solo Beatle would be Paul McCartney. And it can be found on Paul McCartney's Kisses on the Bottom, the complete. And it's called The Christmas Song, the famous one written by Mel Torme, and Nat King Cole made it popular. The Christmas Song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. And that was from 2012. Alright, well, I'm calling this Beatle Christmas song, so I need to come up with some actual Beatle band songs, so I'm going to do that. The one song that is readily available, not so much right now, but was at one time, was the Free as a Bird single had a song, back in '95 called Christmas Time Is Here Again. Now this was a song that was recorded by the Beatles back in EMI in 1967 at EMI Studios. And the thing about this, I've heard the long version of it. It's take one is originally 6 minutes, and I think there was only one take if I'm not mistaken. And they just edited it down for here. It's very repetitive. All four Beatles get a writer's credit on it, which I thought was interesting. You can tell they're having a good time. And Ringo is very prominent. He says, O-U-T spills out. It's like, okay, Christmas time is here again. They keep repeating it. Well, what the Beatles used to do is, for their fans that have joined their official fan club from 1963 through 1969, they had a little disc, a little 45, that they would mail you near Christmas time. And it would have the Beatles being Beatles. They were having a good time. They were telling jokes. They were promoting themselves. They were singing Christmas songs, just snippets. They were doing ad-libs. They were joking, just having a good time. Well, and originally their press secretary wrote it, and you can tell they were just reading it. Then later on, they were reading it, and they were kind of ad-libs, and they were having fun. And actually, there were some cuss words that George Martin, their producer, had to edit out. Well, finally, they got a little more into it. Then they had stories that were written, and they got a little more serious with Christmas songs. And one song besides Christmas Time Is Here Again, that was off the 60. Let me make sure I got this right. From '67, yeah. And this song was originally broken up. They would have you hear a little bit of here, and then they would have a story, and then they would have the song again and close. So it was entertaining. But the 3-minute version, if you get a chance to listen to it or go online on YouTube, you'll hear the song. But that is a Christmas song that is available out there. Another one that I like is from their 1966 fan club disc. It's Everywhere It's Christmas. Very English sounding. Paul McCartney wrote it. I'm sure he's featured on it predominantly. Everywhere It's Christmas. I don't want to say too much on here for copyright issues, but anyway, in 1970, the Beatles did release the Christmas CD collection, a record from '63 to '69, so they had a full LP, the album that they gave their fans that year. And there are bootlegs out there that are available. So anyway, I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. I hope that this year is a warm one in your heart, and I hope that the next year is going to be even a better year. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, take care.